Hey, what's up, everybody? So, Green Bay Packers president Mark Murphy making this huge statement. What did he say? Why did he say what he said? We'll get into that. We'll break that down a little bit, but I also want to highlight Matt LaFleur. I want to talk about his 4 years in Green Bay, but not just in Green Bay. I want to highlight his career, his coaching career since joining the NFL in 2017. So, we'll break that down and get into that. But when talking about Matt LaFleur, in his 4 years in Green Bay, it's never been crystal clear just how often quarterback Aaron Rodgers was changing the play calls from the line of scrimmage. And maybe that's why Mark Murphy said what he said. Whatever. Let's just get into it. What did Mark Murphy say? Why did he say what he said? Let's dive into it. So, Mark Murphy was quoted in saying, offensively, we're going to see a lot more of Matt LaFleur's true offense. Obviously, when you have a great quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, somebody who's been in the league as long as he have, we've given him the flexibility to make changes to the plays, from the line of scrimmage. And, obviously when you've got a guy that's as gifted as Aaron Rodgers, you give the guy a little bit flexibility, from the line of scrimmage and like Mark Murphy said. So what I like in that statement, though, too, is, I liken it to a guy walking his dog, right? And I picture Aaron Rodgers walking Matt LaFleur on this tight leash and just yanking it back anytime, he doesn't like what he sees or hears. But not to take anything away from Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers was able to see the game better than anybody other than, Peyton Manning. So Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, two of the most gifted intellectual quarterbacks the NFL has ever seen, bar none, in my books, that have been able to see the game that way that they have. Leave the comments in below. Leave your comments as to whether or not you agree with that. Do you think that I'm way off base? Do you think that there's somebody else that should be thrown into that mix? But Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, two of the most gifted, intellectually gifted quarterbacks the NFL has seen. So obviously, when you've got that at, on your team, you do tend to give them the reins a little bit. You do tend to let him loose, per se, right? So what has Matt LaFleur been able to do? What has he been able to accomplish? So when he first came into the league in 2017, 2016 Rams were 4-12, right? 4-12. So what was he able to do with that as the OC with the Rams? The Rams in 2017 ended a decade drought and clinched their first winning season since 2003, and the first playoff appearance since 2004 when they were based in St. Louis, which is absolutely ridiculous. So you've got a 4-12 abysmal. It sounds like Detroit Lions right there. So you got a 4-12 record, and then you've got LaFleur coming in as the OC. Does he have anything to do with that? I think so. I mean, because you keep seeing the writing on the wall, what he's been able to do. So what else was he able to accomplish with the Rams? The Rams scored 107 points in their first 3 games of the season, the second highest in franchise history, and a league leader. Furthermore, the team went on from being dead last in total offense in previous season with an NFL low of 224 points to becoming the highest scoring team in the league. That is absolutely ridiculous. So what he was able to do with the Rams, I think, awesome. I absolutely love it. So where did he go in 2018? He went into the Tennessee Titans. And what was he able to do there? The Titans finished 9-7. And they failed to make the playoffs in a win and in type of situation versus, with the Colts. And I mean, I guess really the only other thing to highlight that year was the breakout year of Derrick Henry. And we'll get into why I'm even mentioning, a breakout year with Derrick Henry and the running and all that stuff. But when you look at the Green Bay, what he's been able to do there, he's gotten, so the Packers have gotten the ball to their makers under LaFleur's offense, ranking second in the NFL in percentage of receiving yards coming after the catch, right? So 52%. That's a huge stat. That's massive. So this guy's showing himself to be, kind of an offensive guru genius. And super excited to see what he's able to do with the Packers this year. But what has he done since being in Green Bay? His record in Green Bay is 47-19, which is a 71.2% winning percentage, which is absolutely mind blowing, right? Because that's fourth best in the NFL, fourth best in the NFL, man, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So since he's been an OC in this league, his record is 69-29, 69-29 as an OC in the league. That is nuts. That's absolutely impressive. Love it. And I can't say enough about like what his accomplishments are. I mean, they're speaking for themselves. What he's been able to do since, joining the league in 2017. I'm super excited about the season. I'm super excited to see him, quote unquote, off the leash, right, of Aaron Rodgers and being under that. And we talked about eras, a couple of videos ago, we've talked about eras and it being Vince Lombardi era and then going from Vince Lombardi to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to now Matt LaFleur. And hopefully we're going to see the Jordan Love era. But what Matt LaFleur has been able to do, and obviously it's more the highlight of what Aaron Rodgers was able to do. But I think, partially, I mean, you've got Aaron Rodgers, winning MVP as many years as he did under Matt LaFleur. I think there's a reason for that other than Aaron Rodgers' absolute giftedness. I think some of that had to do with Matt LaFleur's play call abilities, what he's been able to do. So I'm super excited to see Matt LaFleur unleashed this season. Subscribe, guys. Leave your comments below. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers and Manning, two of the most gifted quarterbacks intellectually this league has ever seen? If you disagree, leave it. I want to know who you think is. But anyways, go Packers.